Good day, journal. Follow the breadcrumbs. Stay alert. Remain vigilant as the divine instructs you on the best way to go. Follow the breadcrumbs. Never lose sight of the route to manifest the life you always imagined. Keep your eyes on your prize, not on another's quest. Follow the breadcrumbs. Without question, I remember the contemplative moment that led to this moment that brought you here. It was during a time when you began to doubt if your life pursuit was the appropriate desire of your heart. At such a time, you know you must be still and know the divine is in charge. Such are the occasions when you must give your attention to the breadcrumbs. There are things we long for, and there are things worthy of our longing. Some things seem good, but only some things that appear good are good for you. Without the breadcrumbs, you can find yourself longing for people, places, and things that are not good for you. Without the breadcrumbs, you will not understand that realizing the good things in life requires more than a deep longing. You need the breadcrumbs so you don't get off the beaten path the universe principally paved for you. Everyone has a different journey. Thus, all roads do not lead to happiness. Indeed, not the delight you are in pursuit. Happiness is personalized and individualized. Happiness is no more homogeneous than any so-called group of people. Happiness is very much a heterogeneous experience. Follow the breadcrumbs. Your breadcrumbs to the place of happiness are everywhere. Your breadcrumbs are particular to your wants, needs, hopes, and dreams. Your breadcrumbs appear when you least expect them, when you are hardly watching, and when you are ready to quit. The breadcrumbs seem to materialize out of thin air. You got here thanks to the breadcrumbs. You'll arrive at your next destination because of the breadcrumbs. Look, your life is out of this world good. Your life is so good that at times people say all types of cliche stuff to you like, if I had your hands, I'd cut mine off. And it's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get one of those nuts you already have stored away in mass. Yes, your life is good. At least it certainly appears to be good on the outside. In the eyes of many, you live the type of life worth longing for. But the funny thing about longing for something another has is that you have no idea what price one must pay for this life. You have no idea how often you must pivot and iterate to be the best person you can be. Few people realize that getting what you long for is a long-suffering, painstakingly expensive process. I remember when you made the pivot and iteration about what you desired. As you understood from that contemplative conversation with the Spirit, you were no longer allowed to focus on the outcomes of being a best-selling, award-winning author and global public intellectual. As you heard that inner voice shouting at you, doing so was too much about yourself, the me, and not nearly enough about the we. Your hopes and dreams will never manifest without considering what benefits you would provide others, especially the least of us. Iconoclasts put us before me. Iconoclasts encourage all eyes to join in mind, body, and soul to work as a collective we. You now understand what it means to be a vessel serving at the Creator's pleasure, truly. It wasn't as if the Spirit didn't want you to have the desires of your heart. It's not as if the divine did not want you to realize your hopes and dreams. No, that was not the issue at all. You know the agreement about asking, seeking, and knocking is a real deal between you and the Creator. The problem was that seeking the outcomes of becoming a best-selling, award-winning author and global public intellectual left only room to achieve those goals without doing anything meaningful for the masses. The focus of your life was on you rather than who you would be to those remaining long after you are gone. Those who will say whether you did anything noteworthy for the planet while you were here. You were born to do something meaningful, to achieve a greater purpose. The Creator called you into being to help serve and make sure others know that their lives matter. You have a confirmable spiritual call on your life. So becoming a best-selling, award-winning author and global public intellectual, for as good as they sound, for as much as you long for them, was not a guarantee you would live up to your call. The call demands much more from you than ordinary, only the personal reception of standard honors and awards. Seals of approval from those with wealth and privilege will never be sufficient. The words from your speeches and those you publish in books should help others find their way to live their best lives. Your communications must be immortal words that shall live long after you're gone and that the world shall remember beyond the temporary status of a best-selling, award-winning author. And when you speak, it is more important to be a mouthpiece for the powerless and marginalized than to have those with wealth and privilege recognize you as a public intellectual peer. Today, you speak on behalf of those pushed to the edges where people are happy to forget that humans are hanging on to life by the tips of their fingers. Today, you demand that the public intellectuals and those who listen to them act like they have some common sense. Excellent writing and public intellectualizing are one thing, but making your words come to life through your deeds is another. Such is why you pivoted and iterated whom you want to be. You followed the breadcrumbs. Now, don't get it twisted. You remain in excellent health, maintain abundant wealth, and share timeless wisdom. You still don't owe anybody one red cent. And your body is still amongst the ooeyest and gooeyest chocolate Adonis of them all. None of those things that make up your mantras have changed. What has changed is that you are more authentic and effective than ever. You are more effective because you truly understand how much words matter. Now your declarations focus not on you, but on being of benefit to a thing more significant than you. Today, I will continue following the breadcrumbs the Creator lays out for me. I know this journey is difficult. This journey is best when I do not make it about me. And so I understand and appreciate my time on this planet as a journey to freedom, where I am to show as many who care to join me the way to be free. I write words thanks to my Maker that liberate others. The words I received were at first words that freed me. Stay true to the process are the words that I hear daily. Do not detour, no matter what obstacles or obstructions get placed in your way. Follow the breadcrumbs. Know that a delay or detour in your way is not a denial. Know that neither obstructions nor obstacles can keep you from the outcome the Spirit has for you. Know that trials and tribulations are merely the setups for you to give victorious testimony to the power of the human spirit in your written and spoken words. Follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs exist so that you may never lose your way to being whom you want to be when you are no more. Follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs.
Follow the breadcrumbs. Reflect and write. There are countless breadcrumbs throughout this life. The breadcrumbs exist so that we may never lose our way on the journey toward the life we were created to live. However, If we are not mindful, we can miss the breadcrumbs and find ourselves along paths never intended for our taking. In what ways have you experienced the Creator pointing you toward your purpose? Consider a significant moment or encounter in your life. Reflect back on the things, people, and experiences that got you to that place. Might those have been some of the breadcrumbs designed just for you? The breadcrumbs appear when we least expect them. Where are your breadcrumbs calling you? Might they be pointing you towards something meaningful to achieve a greater purpose? Now act. Take time today and think about the breadcrumbs that have lined your life. Be specific. Do not rush through this exercise. Keep Nate's words in mind. A delay or a detour in your way is not a denial. Know that neither obstructions nor obstacles can keep you from the outcomes the Spirit has for you. Know that trials and tribulations are merely setups to give you victorious testimony to the power of the human spirit in your written and spoken word. Detours, obstructions, trials, and tribulations may also serve as breadcrumbs. Write down as many breadcrumbs as you can identify that have gotten you to the place where you are. Keep these somewhere for reference. Remain diligent about identifying the breadcrumbs along the way and continue to add them to the list. They are the very things that will keep you on the path toward your best life. Now journey forward.